Who is the best team in the NFC West? Well, it's not Seattle, that's for sure. The Seattle Seahawks are rebuilding. There's a lot of question marks. One of their biggest ones is their young quarterback, Drew Lock. I mean, there's Drew Lock has got to prove himself this fall. And I'm not trying to tear down Seattle, but even Seattle, I hope their fan base isn't delusional and also can understand, you guys are not the best team in your division at all. So we'll see. Seattle, they're out of the running. Now, the 49ers are really good. They were a playoff team last year. I expect that their second-year quarterback, Trey Lance, is going to have a breakout season, make a name for himself, really impress a lot of people. I'm excited for that. The 49ers have a lot of talent. They got a good offensive line. They've got a tight end, George Kittle, who I think is the best in the NFL. He can catch passes, run after the catch. He can block at a high level. A lot of these tight ends that get praise in the NFL are good receivers. Kyle Pitts, by the way, great receiving tight end. He can't block. George Kittle can block his tail off. I love it. And that's something that the fact that he can do both, to me, makes him the best tight end in the NFL. Travis Kelce somewhere behind him very closely. Deebo Samuel is a stud. If he plays, that'd be a big, obvious key factor in the 49ers offense. And then the 49ers have a terrifying defensive line as well. The 49ers are a really good football team. I think they're probably a playoff team, if not a borderline playoff team. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, I just don't trust them. They went 11-6 last year. But in big moments when it mattered most, Arizona fell flat. I don't trust them. They've got drama with Kyler Murray. They do have a lot of talent, though. I thought last year was a year for Arizona. I was like, man, and maybe last year was a year of building, and this year is their year. But they've got a lot of big names. I'm excited for them. They've got talent. Can they put it together? I think at this point, honestly, I don't trust their leadership, whether it's Kyler Murray or Cliff Kingsbury. The people at the top in Arizona, I'm very skeptical of and not trusting of. I'm also curious how they handle the DeAndre Hopkins suspension. Now, the best team in the NFC West is still the LA Rams. I'm not just saying that because they are the defending Super Bowl champions. In fact, I will even say, I think Arizona and the 49ers close the gap a bit and are in an even better position to challenge the Rams in their division this year. I think the 49ers and Cardinals got a little bit better. I think the Rams got a little bit worse. I still think the Rams find themselves out ahead in that division, though. The Rams lost a few players. The two biggest ones that come to mind are Andrew Whitworth, their left tackle, and pass rusher Von Miller. Now, at the end of the day, though, LA still has the same core of players. They got Matthew Stafford at quarterback, Cooper Kupp at receiver, Aaron Donald on the defensive line, Jalen Ramsey at corner. Plus, they added, Bobby Wagner at linebacker. They also added a receiver, Allen Robinson from Chicago, who that move, the Allen Robinson signing and move has been massively underrated. Nobody's paying attention to that. Allen Robinson is a stud receiver who's finally getting a really good quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and a good system to play in. I think people are not paying enough attention to that move. And by the way, they might get Odell Beckham Jr. back as well. I think San Francisco and Arizona are going to challenge LA. It's not a shoe-in easy victory for the Rams, but I still think overall the Rams are the best team in the NFC West.